Abuna Mreuva, there's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Yes, Denam?
At the Hagia Banamuba, Sherry mentioned something called the Apocrypha.
The Apocrypha. I can't say I'm familiar.
The Dark Knights are a formidable foe. We must gird ourselves well if we are to confront them. You know this, Abuna. With the Apocrypha grimoires in our possession, the odds shift in our favor. Please, Abuna, tell me where they can be found.
The Apocrypha are kept hidden for a reason. They contain a dreadful power, more than any man should wield. I know of one such man, King Roderick of Brigantes. In the final days of Dorgalawa's Great War, Roderick used the Apocrypha in a desperate attempt to change the tide of the battle. His foes were wiped from the face of the earth, and his own armies with them. None save the Invoker survived.
What?
This did not deter the king. He used the Apocrypha at every turn. You may not know it, but the Brigania Flats was once a lush and fertile highland. The Apocrypha transformed it into the desolate waste it is today. Not even the laws of nature can withstand their power. Yet in the end, it was the Apocrypha that brought down King Roderick. Even as he won the war, he lost the love of his people. After the war's end, King Dorgalawa ordered the Apocrypha sealed away. The danger in the Apocrypha is not the knowledge itself, you see, but rather how it is used. King Roderick was not up to the task. Do you think you will fare better?
I am not King Roderick. I would never use such power so capriciously.
If that is the way you will lead, I am obliged to follow. The 8 Apocrypha were secreted throughout the Isles. I know the location of but 6. These are enshrined in temples, and each commands one of the elements. Of the remaining 2, light and dark, I know nothing.
Temples? I had heard that the 6 great fortresses of Valeria were once temples, but I saw nothing at any of them that would house so great an artifact.
Of course not. I sealed them where unknowing eyes would not find them. To open the temple doors requires an oracle.
Who are these oracles?
The daughters of the Abuna who forged the seal.
Your daughters?
Bring one of them with you to each of the fortresses, and the way will open for you. Touched by the goddesses within the temple, they may be made a true oracle, though they will serve you well in battle regardless.
Make yourself at home. Sure. What will it be, dear? Denam, dear, I find myself in a spot of trouble. I was hoping you might... No, but I wouldn't want to inconvenience you.
You started this. Finish what you meant to say.
No. I'm not in the habit of imposing on others. The one who's spilt the brew should mop it up. Forget I said anything. Off with you now. Ta-ta!
No, let's hear it. Perhaps I can help.
I wouldn't ask that much. It's a nuisance, really.
A nuisance? Tell me what it is, and I'll be the judge of that.
I shouldn't want to be obliged to you, dear. A young lady should never let herself feel obliged.
She's right about one thing. This is a nuisance.
Cute but slow, this one. A girl likes a man with a strong, firm hand.
You should, speak to yourself more quietly.
Oh, my lips betray me.
Say what you have to say.
Oh, I haven't upset him, have I? My dear little goose.
I heard that as well. Spit it out, would you?
Ahem. Yes, well, I am a witch, as you know. Witch are witch, it's all the same.
The pointy hat rather gave it away.
And as a witch, I find myself dabbling in a great deal of magic, always concocting something new.
Trouble, most like.
But if it weren't for this meager shop, I'd scarce have enough money to eat.
The shop thrives. Perhaps she's a spendthrift.
There is that, yes. I needed someone to help me around the shop.
And you thought to ask me?
Oh, you have the war to deal with. I wouldn't think of troubling you with something so trivial. That's why I decided to make a servant.
Make a servant?
Something I could manipulate with magic. A mindless golem. Clay golems are positively medieval, so I used a pumpkin instead.
You made a golem out of a pumpkin? Well, where is it? I don't see any pumpkin golem.
Oh, so quick to find fault. You may think I failed, but I never fail. The animation went perfectly, but it was, after all, a pumpkin. And apparently, pumpkins make for poor servants.
So it was a failure.
What was that?
I didn't say anything.
You're sure? I wouldn't want to make me angry if I were you.
Back to the pumpkin.
They said I wasn't paying them enough. And they quit.
What paying them enough? But they're golems.
I pride myself on attention to detail. I needed proper servants, so I made them as lifelike as possible. I gave them wills of their own.
In other words, a failure.
I didn't catch that.
So, where are these pumpkin golems now?
Well, they tried to rob me, but I am an accomplished spellcaster. I taught them a lesson they won't forget, and they fled screaming from my shop.
Exactly how many are we talking about?
I lost count. I have been known to get a little carried away.
Where are they?
Well, that's just the trouble. They were quite intent on being paid, you see. They're ransacking the village for coin.
This is starting to sound like more than a nuisance.
You see, I can't help but feel partly responsible.
What? Partly? So why haven't you done anything about it?
They're in a frenzy. I can't handle them alone.
Why do I get the feeling she's enjoying this?
Never. But I do need your help, dear.
Stay out of my thoughts, if you don't mind. So, wait. All this was to ask me to help you exterminate some pumpkins?
Yes, I suppose it was. I'd be ever so grateful.
Are you going to tell me where they are?
Oh, yes. Their leader called herself Pumpkin, a thick-rinded, particularly insolent creature. She said she wanted to become human.
Why would she want to do that?
Oh, I said something to the effect that only humans were paid for their labor. Pumpkin must have taken that to heart. Or to seed. Seeds. Whatever.
I'm starting to feel sorry for the pumpkins.
Come again?
I said I feel sorry for the pumpkins.
No sympathy for poor Denam. I feel a tear running down my cheek.
Ugh, this is getting old.
When Pumpkin asked me how she could become human, I told her some relic of the Dragon Lords might make it possible.
I don't believe this.
Come again?
Then they're headed for the Palace of the Dead.
Precisely! I will accompany you, of course. I wouldn't think of asking you to go alone. I will have to close the shop, but it should be worth it for our romantic getaway.
As if the pumpkin golems weren't enough.
Good day. Be well, friend.